Premier Boyz, yeah. Yo, me and my team is the best in the world. You and your team looking stressed in the world. Said me and my team is the best in the world. Then you and your team looking stressed in the world. Yo, me and my team getting arrested by curves, and you and your team getting arrested by the curb. Me my nigga, oh, he ain't do shit except the robbery, nigga. He gon' do 6. Come through, bitch, styled up with new kicks, penny flow ho, and I come with 2 chicks. Cause me and my team is the best in the world. Me and my team is the best in the world. Said me and my team is the best in the world. Best in the world, best in the world. Got a star on the sky, gentleman on the cup. And I know my team burns, we got sand in the cut. Ow. Premier Boyz.
What up, everybody? It's your man, Aaron Sands, and welcome back to another episode of that #1 podcast, the one y'all all know and love, that Premier Boyz podcast.
Yeah. I'm Roddy, Star Roddy Rod in the building. What's going on, everybody? Be back with the Premier Boyz for another episode. What's up?
Yes. And you already know, Ken's not with us on this moment right now, on this episode right now. He's taking his sabbatical, but he'll be back. When? We don't know. How? Shit, we don't know. But he'll be back, and when he come back, it's going to be crazy, because I got a whole bunch of questions to ask him. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the mindset of, him coming back with the Premier Boyz as a group? I seen y'all did y'all thing on a conversation about music.
Yes.
Is he ready to come back as, as a Premier Boy and not just a music boy? You feel me? Like, what's going on?
As a music boy. Yeah, but I seen he did a little tease at the end of the episode. That little tease drop.
You trying to be like Cody Rhodes and shit, dropping teasers every now and again, talking about, oh, my health is like this, but when I come back for the Royal Rumble, watch out. It was an old school show. It wasn't a conversation about music. My apologies.
Old school show, Check that out, y'all. Make sure y'all listen to everybody in the Proverbs right now, man.
Yes.
We
Check
rocking out here.
Yes.
Now I noticed Sans, we missing somebody. We're missing the Chief.
Yeah, man, the Chief out here making smoke signals and shit. We're gonna have to put some smoke signals out for that nigga to come over and come to work. You feel me? Hopefully he ain't bringing season 2 problems into season 3. You feel me? But yeah, Molly, as you may hear, Molly's not with us on this episode, but hopefully he's hanging in there doing well. And we gonna continue on. We gonna continue with the show. You feel me?
We gotta keep the ship going, man. We back.
Exactly.
We gotta do it.
Yeah, man. So one thing I want to get into, right, is we touched on this a little bit last week, and I want to kind of get into it this week. It's the YSL case. You understand? Like, I've been seeing, as in Atlanta, a lot of crime that's been going on in Atlanta has been going down with this one group, YSL, with Young Thug, Gunna, and a few other guys. Just name a few of the top dudes that was there. And as you know, a lot of people, like during the trial, there was people talking about, before the trial, a lot of rappers talking about, oh, take it to trial, we ain't stitching, we ain't ratting. But then when trial happens and the years get piled on, people are facing 30, 50, 60 years, everybody's telling. I think there's like 26 defendants, and out of those 26, 15 of them are telling. So, a lot of that's been going on. A lot of snitching has been going on. And I've been noticing that a lot of the rappers that been saying, oh, snitching is trash, snitching is, like, snitching is ass, they're not saying so much when it comes down to Gunna eventually going to have to tell, because in part of Gunna's plea deal, if the prosecution calls him up to the stand to tell, to say, like, who's the guy, he's going to have to say that Young Thug's the guy because he's under oath.
Exactly.
So in effect, he's not a snitch, but he's like a scheduled snitch, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
something?
Yeah.
Like, this snitching thing has gotten out of hand, because it's like he's not getting ridiculed for it, but when 6ix9ine did it, he got ridiculed for it. Other people did it in the past. It's in the hood. There's a saying called "snitches get stitches," bro.
But do they?
These
Let's
days they don't.
let's be for real. Do they get snitches though? Because last I checked, 6ix9ine is out here running wild and free. Nobody's thinking about touching them. Nobody's thinking about clapping them up. Nobody's trying to get the addy. None of that. Like he's been riding around Miami, young, wild, and free. Same thing with Gunna. Gunna gets out. People not only not even trying to touch him, but more noteworthy than that, people are considering him not to be a snitch. And for me, I'm like, wait a minute. How come Gunna is getting so much grace for being a snitch, but not 6ix9ine? And the people that he ratted on wasn't snitching anyway. They were like, we don't bend, we don't bold, it's fucking Treyway. Why? Those are harder niggas than these.
In the world of today, it don't make sense to me. Like, honestly, like he's getting away with this shit, and it's crazy. It's real crazy out here.
Now, to be fair, the reason I bring this up because in part, especially for King Talk, I'm kind of closely. I'm following this case like real closely because it does have a lot of effects when it comes down to this generation, especially like you got a lot of these kids that are listening to this music that their minds are so malleable. They're so impressionable.
Yeah.
So when you're looking at this, right, what do you tell that kid who's listening to this music and think this shit is like official tissue, when in all reality, when the chips are down, everybody's snitching, everybody's taking pleas. What do you tell that kid who's out here in these streets that's moving around like the guys in the videos who don't really live the life that they do?
It's sad to say because these kids are impressionable. They definitely watch and imitate what they see and hear, and they're gonna do what they want to do regardless,
Yeah.
And they're like how we were when we were like their age. They see rappers as heroes, as their local heroes, people that they look up to, so it's difficult.
Okay.
You can't tell these kids nothing.
Well, then that's fair. You know what I'm saying? Because you like you said before, they said they look up to them as heroes, right?
Exactly.
So when you think about heroes, you think about role models. I think about role models warning. One of the role models I have is like one of my uncles. He's down south and everything. And basically, like with him, he's starting his own, like he's starting his businesses up. And basically, we have conversations and he tells me like the tools of how he, how he's getting his stuff up and what I need to do to maintain that. You understand?
Yeah.
Where are these mentors, right? When they tell them about the street shit? Because if there are truly mentors out here really trying to lead these kids in the right way, I'll be honest with you, they need to tell them about this part. Yeah, granted, you could talk about the fast money. You could talk about getting fucking all the hoes you want. You could talk about rocking all the jewels you want. But I always feel like when you're talking about that part, don't glide over the real shit. Don't glide over the fact that you got homies locked up doing like 50 to life. Don't glide over the fact that you're locked up and you can't see your kids grow up to be the adults that you wanted to raise them to be like. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what Young Thug going through right now, man.
And that's unfortunate because I feel like out of everybody who believe that shit, out of everybody who was in that group, right?
Uh-huh.
Young Thug had to be the only one in that circle to really believe that shit, to really believe that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You really believe that when you're doing this shit, you're not telling, you're not snitching because it's about your game. You know what I'm saying? I think he's the only one in the group that believed that, which is fucked up because one, he's the most known person out there in that group. You know, he's the one that's out there, you know, that's, you know, more known face wise. He's the one out there that's getting to the money. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much running all shit. So the nigga in charge is really the most malleable because he's out here believing everything in, you know, actually believing the street code that, to be honest, don't even fucking exist. You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
So,
and it's annoying.
No, that's a fact. That's a stone cold fact. There's this interview that he did with shout out to Gillian Wallow, $1 million worth of game. He did an interview over there with the Boyz. And apparently, he was saying that he was, quote, a human rat detector. Like he could spot a snitch when he see one. And in the interview, he had all his dudes around him, all his niggas around him. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I watched that interview, right? And I had to go back. The next day I went back, I watched it again. And I'm watching it and I'm like, damn. So you mean to tell me this man claimed to be a human rat detector and can't even realize that the niggas that's around him, out of all the niggas that's around him, about a good 70% of them would sit there and bite the fucking cheese just to get back home to their baby mama and their kid. Like, you couldn't see that, bro. You had that much trust. You had that much trust with these dudes that you could.
I was just gonna say that too, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and granted,
it's loyalty, it's trust, it's him believing in what he was doing.
And to be honest, it's not even just the loyalty and the trust. It's the loyalty and the trust to the wrong shit.
To the wrong shit. There we go.
You know what I'm saying? It's loyalty and trust to the wrong shit, because here it is. Had you had that loyalty, you know, with the music shit you're doing, then this would have made more sense. Because you wouldn't even be situated in that shit no way. You know what I'm saying? Or you could have been like, all right, bet even if you're going to do the dirt, all right, bet let's have, you know, let's keep a few people around me. I don't try to be around all these people because I don't even know if they have my best interests. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to that, it's unfortunate for him that he has to, like, that the niggas that surround him, he really believed that shit with the niggas that's around him, and they let him walk literally into his casket. Because you ain't going to tell me he going to beat this shit. Or at least get like 10 years. This nigga's fate, like, his life is on the line for this case. And hopefully he'd be able to get out of it and, you know, or at least take the time, like, you know, like a G, and just keep it going, you know? So hopefully we got, you know, they beat the case, but it's not looking promising. It's fucked up that they got snitches out here in these streets doing their thing, and they get to be home free for the holidays. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and Doug is still up in there, right?
Yeah, he's still in there. Gunna out doing TikTok dances right now. You know?
Damn shame.
It is. But you know, it is what it is. Yo, what's your thoughts on... Say that again?
I said he not getting no replications from this. He not getting no bad press or nothing.
Nah, what's gonna happen? He gonna go snitch, which is a fact. He's gonna go snitch. And then after that, he gonna leave the court. He gonna go to the studio. And he's gonna put out a banger. And then y'all niggas gonna listen to it. And y'all gonna forget all about the fact that the nigga snitched. Because at the end of the day, niggas fuck with Gunna. You know what I'm saying? The industry fucks with Gunna. So what happens is, when the industry fucks with you, you can excuse a lot. Like snitching. You could excuse some snitching. You know what I'm saying? If, you know, you putting out heat. Niggas ain't fuck with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't fucking with 6ix9ine before he snitched. And then now him snitching is like, well, you know, that's just icing on the cake. You know? So
people
yeah, I'm
bumping
definitely
him.
not fucking.
People was bumping 6ix9ine.
People were bumping 6ix9ine, but the industry wasn't fucking with it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a big thing. When the industry fuck with you, niggas could give a fuck about a snitching or whatever like that. But when they don't fuck with you, it'll be any little thing. And the worst part about it was 6ix9ine when 6ix9ine ratted, he didn't rat and stay in the corner like how Gunna's doing TikTok videos. Nah, he came out and ratted and then was like, suck my dick. Yeah, I'm a rat. What up? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a whole, like, he kind of like dove into that. So yeah, the industry really ain't fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes a lot. It becomes a lot. Yo, what's your thoughts about this new music Soul Child shit with Hit Boy?
Oh man, I'm waiting to see. I love me some music Soul Child, but this is going to be something different. Like, I don't know what direction he's going, because music Soul Child, sometimes lately he been wanting to be in the rap world. He didn't want to be he wants to be a singer no more. So we got to see what direction this goes when it drops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I said before, my stance with music Soul Child hasn't changed from the verses, from what before the verses to the verses and now. You know what I'm saying? Like music Soul Child, like nobody's really checking for a shit like that. I'll be honest with you. Niggas ain't really checking for a shit like that. You know, that's just what it is. I'm gonna go out and let me say it. Niggas ain't really checking for his shit. Hit Boy, now niggas is checking for Hit Boy, however, because Hit Boy be coming out with some fucking bangers, let's be clear. But I don't know what he's gonna do with the music Soul Child shit. But you know, one thing you gotta consider is that
Well, the beat's gonna be hard.
the beats are gonna be hard, especially if you know it's gonna be some like on some smooth R&B shit. I can see Hit Boy doing some wonders with that. You know what I'm saying? So
He might make some shit for the club for real.
of course he gonna make some shit for the club, but is that shit gonna resonate? You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't talking about falling in love in the club no more. You know what I'm saying? Even new R&B artists ain't talking about falling in love and being in love that deep like that. You know what I'm saying?
Have y'all heard SZA and Summer Walker stuff? Sheesh.
Now, SZA Summer Walker stuff is fire, to be fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like dude R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like male R&B artists ain't doing the shit that SZA, Jasmine Sullivan doing right now.
They're not.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I can say like not hip hop, R&B in a sense isn't dead, but it's on life support because it's really only getting carried by ladies. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I believe Brent Faiyaz is doing okay.
Brent Faiyaz is like, I give him that.
Brent Faiyaz last album was I had to download it. That's how fire that was.
That's the thing. Like, I mean, I heard some of this stuff.
But he's like one of the only guys who I know is holding it down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's far and few between, bro. Like Frank Ocean popped out for a hot minute and then did. The Weeknd's fire, but he's really just doing pop shit at this point. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Usher's Usher. That's king R&B right now. It's undisputed. Yeah. Outside of that, you got dudes
Chris doing whatever.
Who?
I said Chris Brown doing whatever could get him paid.
Yeah, but Chris Brown doing everything. He's like Drake with it at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like he just makes music just to make music.
Rapping, singing, poppy all over too. Yeah.
You know, but am I anticipating another 30 song a 30 piece from Chris Brown for an album? Yeah, I'll listen to it. But at the same time, I know he's not just doing R&B. For the niggas that's doing R&B, right? Mm-hmm. What's the future for that? Because besides SZA, Jasmine Sullivan, and who else? Maybe The Weeknd. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? And granted, you do got some guys out there that's really doing it, but they're not doing it. I'll say this, they're not doing it at a mainstream level like how they used to do it. You know
That is entirely true. Because I had to look hard for Gideon stuff.
And they were sitting there giving Gideon shit because his live performance was looking kind of shaky last year.
Oh, I didn't peep that.
Yeah, I think it was either Gideon or somebody else. I think one of the producers going to pull it up, but I think it was Gideon. He was doing the show, and then next thing you know, his fucking either his mic gave out or his voice gave out. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? So when it came down to it, it was like, what the fuck? You know? Like, what are we doing? This is a bad look for R&B right now. And then on top of that, at a later verses, you got that whole RSVP bullshit, which gotta get packed the fuck up ASAP. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought we was done talking about those guys.
Huh?
I thought we was done with those guys. You thinking they're gonna drop something else?
Well, I heard them trying to drop like some new shit. So I
heard the Money Everywhere song. I heard the Money Everywhere song. It wasn't a great effort.
That shit is weird, bro. Like
they try to put on some Pretty Ricky approach type of shit or some Silk approach in the 90s.
Bro, that the voice is not even the same, bro. Like that's not the voices aren't even hitting like that, honestly.
Definitely not.
So it's just not even a little bit. So I came across this article, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they say that owning an Android phone is this year's biggest turnoff for prospective partners. And I look at it, I'm like, yo, I know people aren't getting this petty when it comes down to dating. But it may be, you know, what's your thoughts?
Well, for someone who had a rough dating in 2022, it is true.
I don't know. Like, I can't. It has.
I could elaborate a little.
Yeah, go ahead. If you could elaborate for us, for the viewers.
Right. Let's say, you know, people. You have an Android. You entertaining a shorty that have an iPhone, and she forget her charger. She gonna try to get up out of there because it's clipped. I've seen that a lot. And I seen that shorties try to W because you can't, because of the features of the iPhone is very swift and quick, which I noticed. So FaceTime, you know, quick sending texts and pictures and stuff like that. You know, you texting somebody on an Android from an iPhone is very slow when it comes to sending things, and that's basically what I noticed.
Honestly,
not swift.
I could understand that when it comes down to the features. Like you already know, if you want a good phone, you get you an iPhone. You want to get laptop, get you an Apple. You want a good TV, get you a Samsung. You know what I'm saying? So I understand when it comes down to usability. I
haven't been on the Mac bandwagon. I don't plan to be on that at the moment. I feel like my HP works very well.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, I'm streaming off of Mac right now. But the thing is how does this correlate with relationships? You know what I'm saying? Like, so say you were like a 5'9" guy. You 5'9", you make $70,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? You work out, you're in semi-decent shape. You're not fat, but you're not built like Brock Lesnar or nothing like that, right? You know, you got a good job, you dress well, you're conversational, you're sociable. A lot of traits. You have like 80% of the traits that a lot of these ladies look for in a dude out here. You understand? So, but the only thing is, you just happen to have a Galaxy phone, you know, a Galaxy S something other. I don't know what series they're on, but they, you know, you got the best Galaxy S, whatever. You understand?
22 was the last I heard.
22. Why is it going up so high? I don't know. But you got the Samsung Galaxy
they
S22.
jumped.
You know what I'm saying?
It's whatever though.
Yeah. So you go Galaxy S22 and you pull up, you're like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You want to try to chop it up or whatever. Everything looked good. But then next thing you know, you pull out your phone talking about like, oh, let me go Samsung pay this. And then she like, oh, nah, we're not doing this? Like, we're not clapping? So you mean to tell me these ladies ain't clapping because you got an S22? That's what you're telling me.
They clap. Some females are petty, and some females get turned off easily, bro. You can text somebody and see that they have an Android easy now. So I be trying to entertain ladies, and I don't have an iPhone charger, so it be clipped, and that's the truth.
Listen, here's a King Talk tip, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Somebody in the chat was like, the women you deal with is childish. That's a fact, bro. Y'all need to grow the fuck up. Ladies need to grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, Roddy. I'm sorry. This is about to be a little King Talk rant right here, real quick. All right, but I'm gonna drop a gem first. Fellas, if you got your crib, right, and you got a little setup, you got ladies coming over, and if you know she got an iPhone, go out to Five and Below and get you one of them chargers, boy. You know what I'm saying? Go out there, get you a charger. And while you at it, go get yourself some satin pillowcases. Nah, that ass. Get yourself some satin pillowcases. Now, the satin pillowcases ain't for you. You know, you don't need a satin pillowcase, bro. But your bitch do. You know what I'm saying? Yo chick do. You know what I'm saying? And or whoever you trying to clap do, you know what I'm saying? Because typically they gonna go to sleep, they gonna pull on their little bonnet. That shit ain't there's nothing worse than smashing a chick with a bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the satin pillowcases, they don't need to put the bonnet on. They can just rest their head because bonnets are made of satin anyway. So yeah, invest in an iPhone charger if you got a Samsung, because you got to accommodate your guests. And satin pillowcases because you got to accommodate your guests. You pull up with your shorty with some candles, room smelling right, and some satin pillowcases. Best believe you clapping. This is a proven fact. Believe me. All right.
Yeah, bro.
Now getting into it, yeah, a lot of y'all ladies are childish as fuck for not fucking with a nigga with a Samsung.
Man. These females, they will dub you over almost anything, boy. Like I be watching these dating apps and they got a freaking list of requirements, or they be like, yo, don't talk to me. I'm like, yo, what the hell, son?
And that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about this shit. It's
let's talk about
it. They'll sit there and tell you like, hey, I ain't fucking with you because you got a Samsung. You on S21 type shit, right?
If you're below 6 feet, don't message me. If you ain't got a job, don't message me. That's what they be like.
Well, no, to be fair, you need to be working. You need to be working. Like I'm not.
No. I'm just saying off of some lady's profile. I'm not saying that's like. I understand you got to be working. That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta
have your own fellas.
You gotta at least be working. Now, granted, I was watching I was watching one of my friends doing like lives and shit. And granted, a lot of shit you be saying just be on some delusional shit sometimes. I ain't gonna hold you, be delusional shit. But right, one of the things she said was spot on, right? It's gonna be a pause moment because you know. It's me, you in the chat right now. A lot of dudes nowadays gotta come with either money or dick. You know what I'm saying? Which is true. In order to get a lot of these girls, a lot of these ladies you're dealing with, right? You gotta either have a bag or you gotta drop some D. Or both. You know what I'm saying? If you got both, you the Holy Trinity, they pulling up. You know.
You want them coming back for more. So if you got both, you're like a jackpot in their eyes, and they'll forgive you if you ain't got a card. You can open.
Bro, listen, me being out here in these streets, me having both, I got away with Oh, a lot of shit. You can get away with cheating if you don't. You fuck another chick out here and you come back home and be like, yo, I fucked up. They'll be mad because you cheated, right? But they won't be as mad as if you gave her, like, they'll be more mad that you gave her a bag or you flew her out than you would if you actually clapped. You know what I'm saying? If you just clapped. If you just clapped, you could probably work through that. But you can't work through getting a chick a BBW or flying her out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
was reading articles today, and people are getting BBLs and dying because the doctors aren't certified. Y'all ladies are a trip, man.
It's here's the thing, and this is a lot more. This is a lot more active, like in the South and shit, right? But it's trickling its way up here. You know, regular ladies, right, have to compete with ladies who have BBLs, right? Because we're dudes, you know what I'm saying? We get we're visual. You know what I'm saying? So we see a thick shorty, she got a little ass or whatever, got some titties. You know, we get enticed. You see this shit on Instagram all the time. People out there liking dudes' pics and liking shorty's pics and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see what their OnlyFans look like. OnlyFans became $1 billion business because niggas being visual. You know? Ladies notice, right? They'll say they don't, but they do.
Sans, I've heard of females like the Catch Me Outside girl making 52 million in 2022 off of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
I heard of chicks buying houses, cars, and fucking whole lifestyles off of OnlyFans. They making a living off of that shit, boy.
Yeah, and that's a real thing. But here's the thing, right? How much do you think the average income of an OnlyFans model is?
It depends on the strength of the female. Because if you have a lot of followers, you can definitely and guys are thirsty and guys love sex. So I would say in an average month,
You say an average month, how much?
That's how much you're asking for in the average month.
Yeah, like in a month. Like in 30 days, how much you think an average OnlyFans model would make? What do you think average OnlyFans model would make?
I'm making a guess of between $700 to $1,000
a month
if she's putting up a good amount of content. Now, if she got 1 or 2 photos, maybe not. That's my answer for a person who's putting up a good amount of content.
All right. So a research firm named, it's actually a an acronym. It's XSRUS.
Mm-hmm.
They've actually crunched the numbers. According to them, they crunched the numbers to come up with some estimated earnings by OnlyFans creators. They calculate that the median accounts earn about $180 a month. Damn. However, they do observe that their calculation exclude tipping, as there's no information available about money received as tips on OnlyFans. So you add tips, right? Your average average person tipping is probably like anywhere between $5-10, maybe more. You're probably looking at maybe like from $180 to about $340 a month for the average OnlyFans model. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, I didn't know they didn't make that much, boy.
They don't make much. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, OnlyFans takes a 20% cut on the transactions.
I didn't know that they take 20%. I thought they get at least 10%. Wow.
Take 20%. Very helpful.
So some of those girls gotta work extremely hard if they ain't got no bread.
And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of that comes down to, you know, like, yeah, people see a lot of ladies, they see like a lady like Mandy Rose. Like Mandy Rose is on her fan site and she made about like $1 million a month, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's understandable.
So other ladies was like, yo, I can do that too. I have a lot of people on my IG.
Yeah, they figure like, all right, well, I got like about 4,000 or 5,000 followers on my IG. I could be able to like sit there and, you know, scrunch up, you know, get a couple of dollars off these niggas, which is fine. Go, you know, do what you got to do. Here's the problem. Here's how that shit starts. Ladies feel like that shit starts when you take pictures of your feet, right?
Yeah.
But then niggas get tired of seeing your feet. So what do? You start taking pictures of your titties and your ass and shit, right? Which is fine. But niggas can see that shit on X videos for free. You understand? You gotta do more. Okay, we gotta do more. How about this? Now I'm on camera, you know what I'm saying? Playing with myself, using toys, using the shower head, you feel me? Shit like that. That's a money getter. What about other ladies playing with themselves with shower heads and all that? You know what I'm saying? You gotta do more.
It's a competition out here. And that's what these ladies, some of them understand, but some of them just don't care, bro.
And that's the thing, you know what I'm saying?
There's people that will go on live every day and do the same exact thing.
That's a fact.
On OnlyFans Live, really.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, if you're only average, if the average is about 180 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to low into that, maybe you might be even lower than that. You probably making like 120, 130 a month. You know what I'm saying? Sis, put your clothes back on. Put your clothes back on. You know what I'm saying? Like, get yourself together. Go to workforce. Get yourself a job. You know what I'm saying? Something. So, what's your
honestly didn't think that that the 180, wow, that they see, like, because a lot of people that I know that I see on my social medias, they be posting their OnlyFans, and I will be curious and click, and some of them have like 600 to 700 followers. So I'll be like, all right, they doing all right.
And you know what? Some cases they might, you might got some that's doing more than others. And they, they have to do, they got to do what they got to do. You understand? But at the same time, you have to, you got to think about.
But what I don't understand.
Not the girl on Instagram that got like 40,000 subscribers or whatever. I'm talking about the average, everyday shorty that you see on the train going to work. You know what I'm saying? She puts out an OnlyFans page. She quit her job because she seen that a teacher out in Oakland made $10,000, $15,000 a month for OnlyFans, and she's like, "Shit, that $10,000, $15,000 a month, that shit could really help my rent, like $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Food about another 500 to 1,000. Inflation about a 23% clip.
Car note and all that.
You know what I'm saying? Car note is high. These niggas ain't paying for shit like Cardi B said they would. You know what I'm saying? What am I to do? What am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying? What are they gonna do? Bust a bottle on the OF. See what's good.
Or they have twerking videos all day too.
Well, yeah, that's the twerking videos is another thing. You could definitely get yourself, monetized on like IG and shit, looking real good. You know what I'm saying? Twerking it up. You feel me? That could definitely happen. At the same time, listen, it could go either way. Either you could be the girl that makes 15 racks a month OnlyFans. If so, congrats, because I ain't mad at it. Or you could be the girl that makes about 150 and just, and then say you turning up. You know what I'm saying? Saying like you good. So I feel like that comes up. That only relies on what you willing to do and how far you're willing to go. All I'm saying is this. If you making about $150 on OnlyFans a month, you can't be out here claiming like you about that life. You can't claim like you about that life. You can't claim like you getting the bag out here. Put your clothes on, go to workforce, get a job.
Oh my gosh. Like it's funny. It's funny when you break it down, like what these girls see when they do these OnlyFans, and then it's like they still have a lot of thirsty niggas on their IG and shit.
And that's another that's another thing. I blame them because I seen Amber Rose speak on this shit on Drink Champs with Murder Mook.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings up a valuable point, even though a lot of the shit she was saying was on some bullshit. She brought up a valuable point. There's
What's
a market for this shit.
there is.
You know what I'm saying? If niggas this one day was like, yo, listen, we ain't like it. No more IG pics. We not paying for no more OnlyFans models with OnlyFans subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? If niggas took their money, if men, stop saying niggas, it's a new year. If men took their money,
better, bro.
I know, I'm trying to get better. If men took their money, right, and put it in another, or invested in themselves, or invested in something that's going to bring them back dividends. You know what I'm saying? There's so many index funds right now that will pay you dividends monthly just for like investing into it. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how much money you put into it there, I should say. But you could invest that money that you would have put into that OnlyFans model or whatever like that and put it in yourself and make more money. But if you take away that money that people were spending on that, can you imagine the market for internet vagina? Can you imagine that shit just dropping?
You know something, Sans? I remember when OnlyFans was gonna convert themselves back to original content and take off the adult section. And then when they realized that the adult section was making so much money, they changed their mind.
Bro, listen.
That would be like that.
Simp culture is strong as fuck. You feel me? There'll be a lot of niggas, right? A lot of men out here right now that's down bad, paying for box, paying for OnlyFans subscriptions. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't mad if you're paying for box or whatever. You paying for box, that's your business. Go pay for your box. You
understand? Get it how you get it. That's how I see
it. Yeah, that's how you get it. All right, cool. Good for you. You know what I'm saying? Is make sure you good down. You know what I'm saying? You good with your piece or whatever. But we can't complain, right? About ladies sitting there, you know, throwing ass at the camera and shit. You feel me? If there wasn't a market for it, you know what I'm saying? There's a big ass market for it, and it's been proven. So when you look at
sex
it, right?
Sex is the oldest profession is prostitution and all that. So
it is. It's the oldest profession in the book. Now it's just happened to be more streamlined with, you know, social media, internet, and shit like that. You know, you have,
and it's been for a couple of years. It's been for a good couple decades now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like with
before OnlyFans, it was talk about webcam girls. Just go to all those different webcam sites too. So it's just transfer basically.
Yeah. So now you got your local girl that's getting eyeballs from literally the world. You know, not just the city, the world. Craig, like everybody's watching them. You know. So
I just feel bad for the kids when they go to school and they pull up their mama on just by searching her nickname because they've seen a poster or whatever.
Yo, could you imagine? I already told my girl our kid gonna be the one, you know, making fun of these little kids, bro. Talking about, hey, yo, that's why your mom caught up Bukaki on OnlyFans, nigga. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna get crazy. Like, kids.
When they're young, they listen and they pay attention. People don't understand that.
But this goes back to our.
If they know your mom nickname is Candy Cane 1 or something like that, Candy Cane X. Just saying.
Pussy Portal 54 or some shit. You feel me?
Somebody gonna find. They gonna wonder, bro.
Of course. And on top of that, everybody got phones. Everybody got the most powerful phones in the world. You understand?
Dream something in a second, bro. Look up something in a second on Google.
Yeah, Google
only takes a second.
Bro, less than that. 0.65 seconds. Bomb. OnlyFans. $5 to subscribe.
Well,
everybody using their dad's credit card. Everybody using their Apple Pay. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to it, all it takes is like really 5 minutes. And the next thing you know, you got the 8th grade gym class looking at your mom, you know, getting nutted on and shit. You know what I'm saying? So people got to think about that too, especially ladies. Y'all got to think about that, you know? And the most important thing I think about, you know, when it comes down to stuff like this is, and I ask ladies this too when I have, during my conversations, is if you had a son, right?
Mm-hmm.
Son gets older, say he's like 18, 20, you know what I'm saying? 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Mom, I want you to meet this girl. She's amazing. I'm in love. Want to cuff it. And you bring her in, right? And she's an OnlyFans girl, right? Would you be accepting of your son bringing home that girl? You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, because everybody's making moves for them, right? Like there's no tomorrow. Like there's always gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no tomorrow. We living for today, YOLO, right?
Let me tell you
Everybody's
something, Sans. There's a lot of females that I know personally that do like mad stuff. They probably do OnlyFans. They probably go out here and they work retail. They probably do bartending on the side. They probably sell here. So it's like, people are hustlers.
Hey, and listen, I'm not mad about people getting their money.
But it's like they're hustling many different things, and it's like, it's whatever. That's how they feel.
Listen, I'm a black man, bro. Like I'm all for everybody getting their money up and being a babysitter and a hairstylist all in the same house. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
Like I'm all for it. Get your bread, but you also got to consider, your future too, because if all these kids got phones now, right?
Yeah.
What do you think these kindergartners are going to do 10 years from now, 15 years from now? You understand? They already got leapfrogs.
And then the way technology is advancing, phones are going to turn into chips in our brain and everything.
Well, y'all can have that chips in the brain shit. I'll pass, bro. I don't even like taking like cough medicine sometimes. Y'all want to sit there and put a chip in and do.
That's the future, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey, listen, and I'm all for the future. I'm not for getting chipped up. You feel me? That's how they try.
I barely like to freaking use the Omni in the train.
Listen, if you people, I get it, and I gotta kind of like turn back real quick, but but one thing I always say is this, and I worry about getting tracked. People worry about getting tracked or whatever that happens, right?
Yeah.
But you worry about getting tracked, and the one thing that they track you on, right? Nobody could put down.
Definitely a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, let's get into this last topic real quick before we roll out for the night. Joe Budden reacts to Abbott Elementary podcast shout out. A lot of people are saying that he's the godfather. He's saying that he's the godfather of podcasting. I'm preface the statement by saying that nigga bugging. I don't think he's the godfather of podcasting. What's your thoughts?
I don't know if he's the godfather of podcasting, but he's very much up there. I can say that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. He definitely up there. He up there. I would say
he's very much up there.
Yeah, like he's a top 5. I would say he's a top 5 podcaster right now.
Like he's been doing. He definitely. A lot of people tune in not only because he Joe Budden. It's like he's just doing his thing in this realm.
And that's the thing, like, with him, like I would say he's doing his thing. However, like I felt like his podcast was a lot better when he had the other two, like Rory and Mal, with him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree on that.
Like right now, he got like a bunch of yes dudes on his podcast. I'm sorry, trying to do that. Got a lot of yes dudes on his podcast. Just agreeing with a lot of the shit he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I seen what he's doing. I see what Joe Rogan's doing out here. Joe Rogan's I would say if anybody's the godfather of podcasting, it's Joe Rogan.
So the title should be given to Joe Rogan.
I think so. I'm sorry. Like Joe Rogan has better interviews. You know what I'm saying? He has everybody comes on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? From like Dave Chappelle to Mike Tyson. Everybody comes in this podcast. And speaking of Mike Tyson is pretty dope with the podcasting. A lot of people see him for like the boxing dude, but Hot Box to Mike Tyson is a gem.
I gotta check that out. I haven't checked that out yet.
I remember there was an episode with him and Kenan Thompson, right? And I think Kenan Thompson did shrooms on that episode. I could be wrong. I was watching that shit hot, but Kenan Thompson might have done shrooms on Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. I gotta pull that up.
Man.
So that's a big one. Also, even though I talked about them on King Talk before, Drink Champs. That was like Drink Champs. Even though that whole Kanye shit was a little weird, like they still have a reputable podcast. It's pretty fire. Them, $1 Million Worth of Game, and the Premier Boyz podcast. Those are my top 5 podcasts. What's yours?
$1 Million Worth of Game, Joe Buttons, and Drink Champs, and I don't know who's the last one. But there's a lot of great podcasts out there, and if you enjoy it, check them out, yo. They're all over. Show love to your local podcast.
You forgot about somebody. You forgot Kim MrGentleman, 1/4 of the Premier Boy podcast, and the host of MrGentleman Lifestyle Podcast.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. They're not going to come on this. We're not doing this shit. You're not doing this shit. I'm gonna say nigga now because niggas gonna have me fucked up.
Well, hold on, but since I'm here, I got a breaking news announcement. Kim MrGentleman will be back on the Premier Boy podcast next episodes. Have your questions ready. I'll be ready. Good episode, fellas.
Continue the episode. Nigga, that was the end of the episode. The fuck? Like, that's
my
it.
gosh, bro.
Listen, all right, you know what? We're gonna end this shit right here, bro. Ken and Gentleman apparently gonna be back next week on the Premier Boyz podcast.
Can't wait, bro.
You know, it's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm gonna, listen. I was gonna end the note talking about thirsty niggas, but fuck that. That's the end of the show right there. You can follow me on Aaron Sands Premier on my Instagram. That's Aaron Sands Premier, link in the description. King Talk Sands on Twitter, link in the description. And also King Talk Sands on Good Pods, link in the description. You already know what it is. Check out King Talk every Fridays, all streaming platforms. And of course, Premier Boyz podcast every Wednesday. Almost on all streaming platforms. Roddy, take us out.
All right. Call me the Star Roddy Rod. You can find me on IG at the Star Roddy Rod. I ain't gonna tell you how to spell the star, but Roddy Rod is spelled RODDYROD. Look out for me on the Old School Show with Mr. Gentleman, Ken MrGentleman. Also, check me out here on Premier Boyz. And thanks for having me on King Talk, Aaron Sands. Hope to come back first guest of the year.
Hey, listen, I would love to have you go on King Talk, but right here is the Premier Boyz podcast. That's the end of the show right here. You already know what it is. It's your man's Aaron Sands. I'll see you on Friday.
This your boy, the Star Roddy Rod. Over and out.
We out of here.